Okay, here we are. Sorry. I have to use another screen, so I will be looking at the sky or eternity for help or, I don't know, guidance. So I have a separate screen, so it might look a little bit weird. We dropped our laptop. The screen is bust, so we have to use an external screen. So I will be looking somewhere like past the camera because I cannot fix it better. Okay, but hey, I'm here. Hopefully you're there. And the whole business in hand is that questions are taken in the order they appear in the chat. Right? I do English and Finnish. Suomeksi ja englanniksi. So, to start off, let's take a sip of agua. It's a little bit weird. What can I say? It's like it's there. I'm supposed to kind of look somewhere there, but I have to get up there. Moving on. So, today, a card. What I was kind of looking into is the Seven of Pentacles. So, could be like somebody's waiting the crops to grow, for example, like it's kind of the easy answer. For me, it's like this person has sort of started with the scratch, for example, I think. This is one impression, and now he had kind of, he either thinks that he has his things like the pentacles in the right places, sort of, and he wants to move, but he has stopped. He's hesitating. He's thinking about it. I have a notion that there is a possibility this person would be repeating a mistake that he has made with this, and this is why he's afraid or he's waiting. I think he's kind of hoping that this time he got it right, had it right, or he could be thinking in a way that he's gonna get it done on his own, but it feels that he doesn't have all the kind of pentacles in the right places quite, so he would benefit from some help. And maybe this is what he's wondering about, because I think he's doing kind of like what he loves, but he's impatient. He might not realize that the road or the path to this what he wants. He wants to go there fast. He wants to fly there. Maybe it's possible, but most likely it would require kind of some struggle. And usually if you want to achieve some things, you have to, I don't know, kind of work for it. Might be like you have to work hard for it, or you have to struggle a little bit to create something. So that's kind of some thoughts about the seven of Pentacles. So yeah, it was interesting. It was actually, last time I was doing something, some other card was not so, but now it seemed to flow. The things seem to flow, so I'm feeling pretty like upbeat here, right? Let's see if we can see what is going on here. So yeah, that's pretty much the thing. And well, yeah, I take cards every day, and I'm looking into them and making some connections, and it kind of lubricates the brain or something like this, right? But yeah, today also we're gonna do something different. We're gonna give you advice from this Finnish deck again. Mythic Fennica Tarot by Susanna Salo. Sure you can. Stuart Little. What do you wanna know? Go for it. Be my guest. And yeah, I have an auxiliary screen, so I'm kind of have to look there. My laptop that I'm using for this, the screen is broken. I have to change it. So for now, I have to be kind of looking there instead of here a little bit. But yeah, sure, ask a question. Let's see what's in the cards for you. Stuart Little. Will Rainer Winkler be streaming again or delete his account? Well, let's see what we can get. So, Stuart Little, will Rainer Winkler be streaming again or delete his account? Fair enough. Let's see. Gonna be happy with the shuffle. I think he will be. I don't think he's gonna delete his account, but I think at the moment there's some kind of pause, could be some kind of pause coming up with this. Somehow I see that this person has felt something heavy, like physically. This could be a health thing or money thing or anyway related to more like practical and material things. I would be surprised if not, but I think this person is waiting and maybe he has made well, funny enough, there is a card that I was looking into today, so I'm thinking that maybe he is thinking that if he's doing the thing kind of right, maybe he had made some kind of mistake before and he's now wondering if he has all his stars aligned sort of like supposed to. But I think there might be some small delay or like a sort of rest period, what I see in the near future. So yes, but I think it's gonna be on pause for a little while. And we'll take an advice card from another deck, which was this Mythic Fennica Tarot Finnish deck by Susanna Salo, who we don't really know, but we got a present from a friend for this deck. We like it, so we are showing it here. So, and the advice for this, like a further answer for this question would be here. It's Mountain Trolls by the name, so anything you can get from the picture will give you further info of the situation. You too, check on this. This is so like additional info, like well, it's an advice card. Sort of like additional info, whatever you get from this. If you know the card's good, if you don't, never mind, whatever you can get from this. I get an impression that somebody's waiting to, like, just wanting to see something burn, but in a very figurative way. Okay? Hope that gives you some kind of insight for the question. And thank you for coming to my and our channel, right? So, funny enough, I have the same card that I was looking in today. I have it there. There, kind of coming up. It's strange. There is still kind of, what, 22 plus 56? Thank you. Have a great evening, Timmy. So, we'll take a card from... Why do I even bother to look? I know what it is. It's Mythic Fennica Tarot this one. So this one is based on Finnish folklore and legends and like this kind of business. So we'll take one card. I will read you something. We'll check here. I haven't looked into this so much, and of course there's like similarities and certain like stuff that is like cliché even. Can you say cliché? Well, I just said it. That doesn't matter. Anyway. If you buy the cards, you get this book. It's in English, Finnish, God knows in other languages. I think it has been rather successful, and that's nice. But yeah, we give you this, which is the Stone Labyrinth. Keywords would be fulfillment, spiritual reserves, conquering great challenges, success, transformation, outward expression of inner world. Why not? Why not? Yeah. Old stories tell of people who lived in Lapland before the Sami, the Yatuli. In reality, they may have been ancient Scandinavian Goth tribes that the Finns fought with, but the tales know them as giants. According to the folklore, they retreated before the expanding human settlers to ever to ever remoter places and ultimately vanished altogether. Finnish giants could not stand the tolling of church bells and fled before them far enough to not hear their sound. So there is something like of the mythic Fennica Tarot Finnish deck. Interesting imaginary images in this one. It's like, I think it's like, which suits Finland, I guess, it's like it's kind of grim. For example, here we have another one, Forest Maiden. Well, I don't know, but I think, well, it appeals to me, and hopefully to some others. Or if not, what do I care? It's not my deck, but I like it. And then we have the Bumblebee, right? And what else? Let's take just one randomly here. Firefox. So the theme is in the nature and all that kind of stuff. Let's take another one from here. Let's put the Stone Labyrinth back. And we'll see what we get. Let's put this one away. So, fair enough, we take this one. Okay, it's the Forest Maiden again. So, we'll check what they say about the Forest Maiden. Let's see. Oh. There. Why am I looking at so hard? But yeah. Hi, I'm Aris Cunningham. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome. I'm just checking. I'm showing through this little bit here. A Finnish deck, Mythic Fennica Tarot. So if you... Yes, you may. Let's see what we can get. And fun, I'm gonna give you even advice through this. So, sorry, I have an auxiliary screen, so I have to kind of watch there because we broke our laptop. The screen is bust, so I have to use this one. May I know how does Tyler feel about me? Yes, let's see what's in the cards for you. Yeah, it's pretty cool deck. It was just a gift from a friend. So basically, we are not really like having any promotional deals with it. We just like it, and that's why we're showing it a little bit off. And hopefully somebody else likes it too. But yeah, I want to know how Tyler feels about me. Yes, let's see. So when we're happy with the shuffle, Ameris, and we see what we can get from here. Or maybe I should sit a bit more straight. Yeah, it's a little bit weird having the other screen. It's just strange to, I don't know where to look. So, anyway, when we're happy with the shuffle, how does Tyler feel about me? For Ameris Cunningham, how does Tyler feel about Ameris? Let's see. No, we don't see yet. We have to make another few rounds of shuffling. So, sure is, Chrissy. Welcome and ask your question. You're probably gonna be after Ameris. Okay, so are we happy with the shuffle now for Ameris? Yes. No, this is somehow now. Okay, now we got the right place for me somehow. Let's see. Well, I think that in the past there has been some sort of like, there has been some closure, or maybe even a surprisingly, that some matters came to an end. and related to the air element and stuff. And now I think this person at the moment feels sort of like afraid, maybe even, or is kind of worried. It's like someone who will be waking up in the night and thinking about some future event. So I think this person has seen you in a different light, like completely. And this is because of some event that happened, which is kind of traumatic. Hello, Bonita, which is not maybe really under his control. And I think he is thinking either that something that this person has had with you or how he has felt has kind of crumbled. So basically, I don't know if this person would have like he had a realization, like a traumatic one. So I think his picture of you has changed, like as we speak, kind of very recently. And let's see. And I would like to say that what I see here is that I think he is having this idea that his impression of you has changed, like dramatically, and he's worried that what this will lead to. Will this lead to that this person is gonna be completely like put apart from you, or that it would bring you together? And I think this person is kind of like concerned what is this that he thinks now, which is new, where it leads to. But I think in the end he has a notion that this could lead some kind of opportunity to renew feelings with you, or to have a relation with you. And funny enough, the near future gives this, which is the Lovers. Okay. So basically, I think he's worried at the moment, and I would say that he would be hoping for to, and thinking that there should be like maybe even a fresh start with you, or like that. I see it's like emotional feelings, like a raw feelings, maybe not even quite defined how things could possibly even work. But in the end, still the near future shows the Lovers. Interesting enough. Yeah, I don't think he will. I think it looks like he's. I think what I said, that he's worried. Also, I think he might feel a little bit like lonely with his thoughts, and it's also this kind of thing that when you worry about a future event of something, you stress about something. Basically, it usually never is as bad as you paint it in your head, or you make it in your head. So this is kind of stream of consciousness what we get from the cards. And like I said, I will give you still like an additional card from the, why do I have to read it? It's Mythic Fenita Tarot. So Panu, whatever you can get from this is like further info, whatever you can get. If you know the cards, good. If you don't, never mind. And it's funny because these are different imagery that you get normally in the cards. Right? There's a lot of fire going on. So if you want, you can Google it, but I would say just whatever you get from this. Panu. Mythic Fennica Tarot. This is your advice for this situation, or further info. If you get something, well, who knows? I guess that depends how you mean by that. But anything you can get from this. So if that's the case, what I think it refers to, this could be that this person has realized, for example, that and is kind of worried, but then sort of have this hopeful feeling. And I don't know. This is pretty much what I can get. Hopefully that gives you some. It seems to give you some ideas. Fair enough. Muy bien. That sounds very comforting. It sort of makes sense to me too. sometimes it seems that when I start, I cannot kind of start, and I keep bubbling myself here also, and I don't know. It's like hopefully it makes sense for you because well, it kind of made sense for me, and I've been checking my own feeds and tried a little bit learn to communicate better. Sort of like sometimes it seems that I have so much things going on in my head when I want to say that I have even had this notion that I said something. I remember that I said it, and when I checked afterwards, I didn't actually say it completely, that I left something out and didn't understand. So I am trying to learn a little bit about this, and well, it's been helpful. It's a bit funny to see yourself doing live tarot on YouTube, you know? Fair enough. Be happy, Ameris. Nicole? Well, anyway, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee now. So yeah, and everyone who is watching. Okay. Could be. You are most welcome. And nice to have you here again. Stick around. And hey everyone, I'm not saying that you should subscribe, but you should subscribe. Like it. If you like it, if you don't like it, put like the other thing that you didn't like it. Make a comment. If you wanna have a private reading, send us an email at dstonerocks@hotmail.com. If you wanna buy one of our stones, we make these sigils and runes and like art pieces. We're getting all the time better at it. We sent some to America. We had a competition. We were sending this round South America and God knows where. So and also if you feel like you wanna donate, give us your money. We are fine with that. You will get our undying gratitude, but it's not mandatory. Because so far what we do in these lives, it's for free. Hello, Sharmila Roy. Okay, Chrissy Chandler, what's coming for me in 2021? Single leave where you are. Okay. Yeah, maybe that was... yeah, it's Chrissy. No, I think I should even write this down. So Chrissy. And then is, after Chrissy is Bonita. Okay. So, Chrissy, what's coming for me in 2021? Okay. We'll see. What's coming for Chrissy in 2021? I'm going to be happy with the shuffle. Okay. Well, what I see is like, I think, I would say that the recent year so far might have been a little bit like restless in some way. And maybe even like that maybe, well, it could be of course related to the whole business what is going on in the world and the whole COVID and everything, but I don't know if you had to stay still more than you wanted to, that you were anxious to move and like you were more full of fire. What it brings you, I think in general, is like you're gonna see things as they are, and I see also some heartbreak coming through. I think there's gonna be some kind of situation where it's will be that either your heart kind of betrays your mind or your mind betrays your heart. Also, I would say that there is some kind of overall sensation related to material things, health also, that you kind of want to, I would say that you might not want to, seems like you don't want to take risks, that you want to hold on to what you got. Let's not go to Bon Jovi. So that you want to hold on to what you have, sort of that you can kind of manage with that what you have. Maybe it doesn't bring you too much opportunities. And I would say that towards the end of the year, you gotta cross boundaries in many things. I think feeling wise, I think even literally, right? Yeah, I would say towards the end of the year, there would be also what would be considered a knight in a shining armor. I think this would be characterized by many that this could be easily this. I would say that there could be also that somebody propose you something feeling wise that's gonna be pretty difficult to say no to. And this is for me this hugger, if I may say hugger, and I say hugger, this hello Gabriel. Uh, so we will get into this. So I would say towards end of the year, I would say would be. Yeah, but well, maybe this is someone because you see that this one, this is for me is like as inevitable as death. So I would say that towards end of the year, somebody's gonna propose you something. Who knows? Maybe it's a proposal of I don't know engagement, marriage, or something like this. But this person is gonna be someone who is really like, well, look at the guy, a knight in a shining armor in a way. This will also like somebody who sort of can even fly. I think this person is gonna be well probably someone who wants to communicate with you and it's gonna be. I see this as a kind of happy thing, a kind of good thing. So it could be also that well if you want to change situation in everything in general that you might have to take some risks and not try to hold on to what you have. Love, yes, I would say till the end of the year, like more like the last 4 months or so. After the summer, I would say that there's somebody coming, and it's inevitable. It's as inevitable as death, and I think this person brings sunshine with them, and it's gonna be someone is gonna be really hard to miss. And I think this person is like willing to cross borders because of you. Maybe it can literally mean that maybe I don't know how you present yourself and all that. Well, we can ask about that, but for me, this is somehow like I think this is just I get this sensation that this is really, like I said, as certain as death. If that's not dramatic enough, so it could be that this person somehow is willing to. It doesn't matter where you are. I think this person is meant to find you. This is what I get. You know. Mm, I would say that this is at least the person who is very youthful. I would say that this is a person who would somebody would characterize, for example, a dream lover, somebody who is in touch with their feelings. When I will show you the person still, like I said, knight in a shining armor, has a fancy horse, has a cool helmet and everything. So I think this person is, I would say, at least very youthful. I would say that is most likely younger than older person. Okay, so but I think that's gonna be more like the last 4 months of the year or something like more like I don't know. I get this impression that it's more like autumn, like the end of the summer, autumn kind of thing, right? And maybe with this person, some ultimate truth of, like about yourself will be revealed, and about relations and stuff like this. Well, what I see here, I think that's about to change. I will give you an advice card from Mythic Fennica Tarot. Why do I keep trying to find the book? I know what it's called, but I have to read it from there. I don't know why. Finnish deck. Your advice is this. It's Ukko. So for the year 2021, what's gonna happen? This is further info. Whatever you get from this, don't bother googling it. If you want, you can. But whatever you get from this, that is your advice, right? Oh, now I took kind of. No, I don't want these ones. Well, this hacker with the in a shining armor and all that, that seems like full of feelings. And I would consider what I see is like, at best they have very positive feelings. I would see love totally in this. It's like, and like I said, it's somehow that this is meant to happen. Maybe that sounds really romantic on my part. Or something, but this is what I see. And that's how it goes. Well, you see, we have a nice community here. Gabriel promised to basically barbecue for everyone who comes to around his place, and now you're getting advice from here. So that's a nice advice. And if you continue with this, what we had here, like I said, you might realize some truth of yourself, and the answer in general, the mood for the year would be that you're gonna like see things how they are, and some heartbreak will be coming through this as well. So we have then, Chrissy was there, Bonita. Yeah, I have taken kind of like on my travels. There was one in Russia and one in Canada. Somehow. Seemed like a good idea at the time. So let's see. We had Amaris, we have Red Bull. Sharmila Roy did not ask a question. And when you will, we will read for you if you wish. So what we had here was, I think, Bonita, if I'm not totally mistaken. And yeah, I am using an auxiliary screen, so I'm looking at somewhere in the, staring at the eternity, or the skies or the universe or something like that. General reading for upcoming weeks for Bonita. Bonita, are you among us still? So, Bonita and then Sharmila Roy. And now I need a sip of coffee. Yeah, so Bonita. May I have a general reading for the upcoming weeks? Yes, you may. Okay. So next one is for Bonita. And then we have Zaned. I soon will be like, then we have Jonah, but next one is gonna be Gabriel. No, it sounds like a racetrack. Bad. Like, what is this? What is Gabriel? Help me out here. What is this people called who are the ones who are giving this? They. Oh my God! Not announcers, but when you have a sports event and somebody's giving, like, and then this horse is coming, and like, oh, there's a huge kick from this, or like, oh, what a tackle. What is this people called? What is their job? I don't want to Google it. It looks bad. So, Bonita, when we're happy with the shuffle, next one is for you. General reading for the upcoming weeks. Okay. So let's see what there would be expected, what we see. Yeah, can you give me like what is the profession of these people who are like the announcers, commentators, maybe commentators? Yeah, I got somehow I managed to get like skulls. I have like skulls since I was a kid, and it's only -15. So I decided to put even a sleeveless T-shirt this time. Okay, enough rambling now. Bonita, general reading for upcoming weeks. Let's try to concentrate on the business at hand. But yeah, the Seven of Pentacles, what I was doing today and getting into, was very positive. It was very insightful. I got very nice vibes out of it, and maybe that makes me less confused at the moment or something. Okay, let's see. Commentators, yeah, it's funny. So for Bonita, general reading for upcoming weeks, then we get back to other things. Okay, when we're happy with the shuffle for Bonita. Well, in general, for upcoming weeks, I see sort of like maybe some kind of small troubles coming about, and that like things would be going a little bit like not how they're supposed to. I would stay away from unnecessary battles, or like there is a danger, I think, in this that you might be feeling that you want to insist that you are right in something, that you want to insist that you are right, and that can be a little bit like obviously can lead to this, that there is like a battle, and then after all, yes, you won, but you are not maybe happy about it after all, and the other person is not happy, and this is also, I think you might be feeling a little bit like mentally like you are bound to something, that you're a little bit like you are relying, you have to be rely on someone, and maybe that doesn't quite work out. I think that's the forecast. I think things have been moving like in the recent past, kind of maybe forward, even kind of like really good, and now it seems that there's somehow some struggles, and maybe it can be also like mentally in a way that you get to this kind of mood that you are feeling that it's not like really major things, but it's a little bit like you hit your toe and then you drop your, I don't know, toothbrush in the toilet, and somehow things are not flowing in that sense. But I think in the end, somehow, if you can kind of realize, I guess it comes down to it that you would need to just like kind of let go of this, and maybe the idea that don't insist if you don't absolutely have to, if it's not worth it. So I wouldn't insist in some things just to be right in a way. So I think if you kind of, it's to get things flowing, nice feelings and everything. That I feel that you could be also a little bit annoyed, but to get things flowing, I think you just somehow have to turn around. You're maybe looking at something that has happened. Maybe it's this feeling that what I get, that things were rolling pretty well, and now somehow they suddenly are not rolling so good. In the end, towards the end of these few weeks, I think you will come out of this anyway, like sort of on top, stronger. Um, and then could be that somebody was being, maybe some of this trouble has been that somebody was not quite honest. Somebody might not told you all the info that you needed to know, and maybe that was this, that you felt that you had to rely on somebody else, and you didn't like it. But I think you're gonna be towards the end of this period, you're gonna be pretty much fine. I think so. Right? The battle what I was referring to is more Knives high, Angel Cards high. What I'm referring, I think it's more like in general, you know, like it's not really like I said. Could be that there comes about. It could be with many. I think it's more than one person. I think it could be like that you have to rely in some things to someone else, and they might not provide you all the info that you needed, and it's a bit annoying, and nothing seems to work. So I don't. It's not really like a major things. It's more like small annoying things. A lot of small annoying things, and you need to feel like you are chained to something or someone in a way, and you like have to depend on in something someone, and you might not like it that much. I think, but I think you will come out pretty good, and you just somehow need to realize and to try to let go if you feel irritated about something, just to try to like let it go. Okay. um, but I guess this will obviously give you some kind of like a lesson, in a sense that you will learn something from this period also. uh, and I think it could be also related to this, that maybe it's like maybe you're really passionate of what you've been doing, and then you've been more like all hard, and then eventually you will sort of incorporate more sort of like thinking more cold about things, or more logically, in a sense. I don't know why do I have to say cold, maybe because I am like rah, on fire, you know. Yeah. So there was a lot of stuff for you, and also an advice for the next weeks, like you asked. It's this. It's this is the Mythic Fennica Tarot Finnish deck. Susanna Salo made it. We just like it. It's not any like an ad or anything. It has Finnish folklore in it and all that. Advice, whatever you can get from this. Bumblebee, right? And sorry, I'm looking God knows where, or universe, or whatever creature knows where, because I have a other screen, because my laptop screen is broken, so I'm kind of looking all over the place. But hey, Bonita, this is your advice for the coming weeks. There was a lot of things I had to say, but this is what I saw here. Hopefully it makes sense. I think I was making sense. At least for me, it makes sense. So, yeah. So it refers to a different card in this, or some specific card in, of course, in this. But I think I'm been giving the advice from this deck, which I have misplaced partly there. So Bonita, that was this. You are most welcome. Hey people, YouTube likes if you comment and like things on the video. You know, I like it too. If you like it, do it. If you don't, put the other thing. Put this thing. Right? So next one was Sharmila Roy, I think. And then we had Zaneb, I think, after this. And let's see what was there. Now I'm getting. Yes, Knives, you can. Angel, yeah, I'm cool. Hopefully you're well too. So basically, I think after Zaneb was Anna Ives. Sorry if I make mistakes, it's unintentional. Then was. Let's see how it goes here. Because yeah, I'm taking trying to take the next one is anyway Sharmila Roy. And after this we have Zaneb after Sharmila. Then we have Anna Ives. And then we have actually Gabriel. But let's see again. Sharmila Roy is next anyway. Hi, what Amok wants to tell me. Let's see what we get from this. What Amok wants to tell you something about that? Let's see what we get over here. Let's see. When we're happy with the shuffle, so Sharmila, what Amok wants to tell me? Yeah, Angel, you can also ask. There's few people on the line, so this will take a while, but be patient and watch, enjoy, comment. We have nice things going on here. Gabriel was giving some advice to Chrissy. Feel free, that's really nice. I adore that. That's really cool. So basically, do chat, talk nice things, be positive, or something like this. Muy bien. Sharmila, when we're happy with the shuffle. Okay. What Amo want to tell you? Let's see. Couple of more still. Sorry. I think this person is a little bit, I would say that he might be also feeling a little bit irritated about something. He's not maybe, or then he's insisting of his own view and he cannot see why you don't see his point, or why can't you like somehow appreciate what he's saying. For some reason I would say that this is could be related to just some symbolic stuff between two of you. So I don't know if he would have one that has been making some gesture and feels annoyed that you cannot see it. And this would make him in the near future to estimate you and the situation somehow again. So I think he has tried to come in some matter of which is related to like feelings. He felt that at least that he has come like more than halfway towards you, I think. At least on his mind, and he feels that you didn't probably see, and I think he is insisting on saying something similar that he has done before, and is surprised that you cannot see that this is on his mind. It's really good thing. So in general, I think he is insisting on something. What he wants to tell you is like he's insisting on something which he feels that he came more than halfway towards you, and he's insisting on that, and he cannot understand why you don't see his point of view, and this will make him somehow like a little bit like this, and then I'm gonna think again about the whole business. Okay, and advice for that is gonna be from the Mythic Fennica Tarot, which is this. This is the advice or further information what he wants to tell you. It's related to this. The eagle, there's a lot of fire, so there's that. Whatever that is, the thing is that there is no thing. But the advice and further info what he would want to tell you is this. So whatever you can get from this doesn't matter. And the funny thing is that this deck has kind of different imagery than the like very standard decks. So whatever Sharmila Roy you can get from this is your advice. That's more info for your situation, what he wants to tell you. Okay. And let's see again. I will try to make sure that I am not utterly lost with this. Sharmila, yes. And next, Sanabdora, does Usun want to come back to me and give me the respect I deserve? So Zanab, you're next. Does Usman want to come back to me and give you the respect that you deserve? Well, let's see what we have in the cards for that. But that sounds pretty like, at least on my ears, that sounds pretty like, you know what you want, sort of, and how you want it. So, sounds good on my view. Nice question. So does also want to come back to me and give me the respect that I deserve? For Zanep. Fair enough. We do that. We see what happens. What we get from the cards. When we're happy with the shuffle, it's Zanep Gohar is next. This is for Zanep. So we see not too much shuffling or we're gonna get somehow confused here. Well, this is rather easy for me. Yes. I think. Yes, I would say like all the cards that I have here, I would say yes. As simply as that. I don't know if it. I think what I get from these cards here is that I think he would be willing to work for it. I think he's willing to like come more than halfway, sort of like make amends or like, that when there be two persons and the other one will, be like, no, I will come even closer to you. And I think it leads, there has been some opportunity earlier for him to somehow return, but I don't know if that was kind of used, like at a raw energy. It was like kind of some sort of passionate situation, but I would say definitely yes. Yes. Of course, everything that I say is not written, or anything that I say is not written in stone, but for things. So I think he would be willing to make a constant effort to make things work with you. I think this will lead to an opportunity, but I don't think it's going to be also just dancing, I don't know, can you say, like, we have this saying called, like, ruusuilla tanssimista, which means that dancing on rose petals. So I don't see that it's going to be, like, maybe it won't be just fun and games, but I think that would give you, in the near future, the opportunity that's been looking for. That has been looking for. But yeah, it's gonna be some struggle emotionally. But I would think that this would lead us to a stable situation. So I would have to say, based on what I see in the cards, which is not like carved in stone, I would have to say absolutely, definitely yes. So I would say as clear as I can give. And the advice for this is here, which is the other way around. We keep it on like it's the tonttu. Whatever you can get from here, that's your advice and further information. And it's like I said, these cards are a little bit different, so they are not your traditional deck. So tonttu is an elf. Like it's actually almost like the elves that Santa Claus has, who actually, by the way, lives in Finland and not in North Pole, right? But this is an elf, which would be, I can give you a hint, even if I said this would be some kind of like a spirit that takes care of the sauna or the stables or the house or the whatever. So whatever you can get from this, in the end, this is your advice, Zana. Fair enough. Moving on. Thank you. So that was Sana. Then Anna Ives, if I'm not mistaken, you should be next. So you play the guitar, Gabriel. Cool. Nice. So what the hell we have here? Sorry. What on earth have we here? So, Anna Ives, you are up. Are you here with us? Are you among us? Are you in here in the digital ether still? Alright. No, it's Anna Ives, and if I am not mistaken, after Anna Ives is Gabriel Pesantes, who is playing his guitar as he's watching this, which is kind of inspirational. Nice. Anna Ives, and then is Gabriel. Muy bien. My ex tried to communicate with me. What are his intentions? Oh dear. Just a second, I have to do a very small thing here fast. Okay, we're gonna shuffle for Anna Ives and see what would we get from your ex's communications. What are the intentions? Why my ex tried to communicate? For Anna Ives, why her ex trying to communicate with her? What are his intentions? Oh dear. Let's try to communicate. What are his intentions? I'm gonna be happy with the shuffle. Anna Ives. Okay, I think we're getting there. Yes. It's here. It's there. It's here and here. I think this person has tried to make some kind of like a dramatic gesture, sort of. Like that this is something, maybe not anything that would be, what are his intentions? I think he's harboring some hope in something towards you. I don't know if he's trying to warm up some old feelings or like, or the relation in somehow. But I think the idea that he's trying something dramatic, that's for sure. And I don't know if he wants to somehow sort of play with you in some way, but I think what I see is related still to like strong emotions. I wouldn't necessarily say romantic or love, could be, but I would say more like something something dramatic, like more like symbolic in a way, like somebody's gonna make it like dramatic stance but not actually moving or doing really anything, something like this, and hopes to gain something, which I think the gain is not still anything like nasty or anything like this. And I think this person might be thinking that maybe you have been somehow, I don't know, like I get this impression that maybe you've been in between two things, that you've been feeling about him or something, or you've been like staring sort of into the whiskey glass or like the coffee mug or the beer or whatever, and somehow this person is, I think it's related that he's having some hopes towards you. Okay? And this would lead to some kind of like, I don't know, like almost near homecoming could be. Like I don't know if this person has been also like literally far from you. That this could be that he's looking forward. Maybe he could be looking forward to return to you if this is something we want. But this could be also somehow, I don't know if he would want to kind of play with fire in this one. Yeah, I think more like the idea is like, I think if he has, well, he's your ex and like, maybe he thinks that somehow the moment is right, and like I think it's more like sort of like to more show off than actual, like, you know, I will use this kind of like somebody did something wrong and they bring huge fucking sorry, they bring a really big bunch of flowers, you know, or you know, like a enormous cool gift, or and then they're gonna be, oh, but you know, I am so in pain, but they are not maybe actually willing to do anything. They want to do like something really grand, elaborate thing, but that might not really like, if it would be like a, because I have a knight here, if it would be a different knight, it's this knight. I don't know if this reminds you of him. Okay. So I would say that this is the Nine of Wands. For me, this is like, that this is more like a dramatic stand, you know, like you put your horse like this and rah, you could think it's moving, but for me, this, especially with the other cards, means that this is like a dramatic gesture. It's more like talk than anything else. Or maybe the person actually is really like feeling what he's saying, but I don't think he's willing to actually do too much or anything. Maybe his intentions are sort of like, I don't think he has like bad intentions. Could be that he is, I don't know, maybe he could be a little bit like, if maybe he's not that mature and he would be then not understanding the situation, that this could be like a little bit playing with you and your feelings. And in the end, I think he's looking forward to somehow reignite sort of the fire. I don't think this person would be, is really patient. I think you guys have some bond together, which could be either sexual or like you have some I think you have share some dependency towards each other. So I see that this person, if has this intention that he would want to maybe hook up with you again, and somehow I get the impression that I don't think that would be much different than it has been earlier, right? Because the result from this, on which I see is you, would be that if you kind of do something sort of, and you are, you would be like this, like, okay. So sort of like, okay, maybe, but this also, the pentacle is heavy and the person looks maybe a little bit sad. I don't know if you would be in somehow like a pleasant position to be with him in some way. Maybe he could be showering you with gifts or something, but somehow I see this is a little bit heavy. So this is what I see. I see a lot today. Advice, or you do have some other. Okay, we took another save. So your advice is the elf. What was actually fun enough, I just took randomly there. The deck somehow managed to get same as earlier. So this is the Tonto. So it's like a spirit for home, sauna, whatever, who kind of takes care of some place. But whatever you can get from this is like further advice, maybe of his intentions and to the whole situation. What you ask, like, what are his intentions? Whatever you get from this. This is the Mythic Fennica Tarot. So the imagery for a Finnish person, how to say. It's a little bit different. So whatever you get from this is your advice, okay? Let's see. Okay, are we cool, Anna? You okay with this, or you have some other questions still? You can try to nip another card. Muy bien. Thank you, Anna. And hey, like it if you like it, subscribe it if you subscribe it. Hey, and people, you can send us feedback from the readings. We actually wouldn't mind at all. Or if you want to say like, oh my god, this hippie with his sleeveless t-shirt, he has no idea what he's talking about. Or, oh my god, it was fantastic. It was exactly, or I got so much things to think about in this. Give us feedback. Hey, dstonerocks@hotmail.com. Right? So that would be actually helpful, nice, would be we got some and we've been able to answer everyone. Or if you have any questions, like I used the example, why does the universe exist? We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna answer your question. Or if you want to have a more private reading, more personal reading through Skype, WhatsApp or whatever, we can record it for you as an audio thing, or we can make a video for you, probably through YouTube. So send us an email, we figure something out. Okay? María hace no español. Español muy poco. No puedo lectura con cartas. But I am sure that Davinia will be on in coming days. She does the Spanish really well, obviously. Okay? Fair enough. So, yes, now we turn our eyes to Gabriel, or actually to the cards for Gabriel. So Gabriel, you're up next. Let's see, general love reading. Fair enough. I think I need a sip of coffee for this one. I wonder why. Okay. Yes, it is your turn. Muy bien. I can say that. I am not very sure yet exactly, Maria, but I would be surprised if it won't be tomorrow or the day after. So we have our schedules. Davina goes on live where she wants, I will go when I want. Sometimes we want to go together live also. But hey, general love reading for Gabriel. Fair enough. I think it's like what? Okay, when we're happy with the shuffle, so then we're gonna go for Gabriel. When we're happy with the shuffle, general love reading for Gabriel. Oi. Good that I put to sleep a shirt. I am feeling warm. And it's only because it's only minus 15 or something outside, and well, it's a bit more warm in the apartments, even in Finland. So when we're happy with the shuffle, we go for Gabriel. And general love reading. Nice that you pop by, Mary. Maria, I'll say anyway. It's like, buenos tardes. Okay, here comes 4, Gabriel. Let's see what comes. Oi! Yeah. Well, in general love readings, I think you are at the point that I feel that earlier you've been more in control of your love life and like more in control of your own feelings. I think at the moment you will have to pay attention that you don't lose something that is of value for you. Sort of like maybe even some connection with someone, if you want. This could be a connection that is like sort of like either dependency, could be also like sexual things sort of, or like just otherwise that you are bound to another person. And I don't know, man. I'm not kidding with these towers, but you can guess that there is a tower in the present moment. So there could be something happening, for example, in many cases that with someone that things are gonna go to the ground, and then it would be remain to be seen. Will you be more separate from someone, or you could that bring you together? I would say this: don't jump out any towers. And the tower, it's well, a flash understanding of something. Yeah. Also, it's like it said, like something that must very, very like I guess cliche thing is to say that something that has not been built in a solid foundation will crumble. And then it's up to you: are you gonna sit on the like ruins or not? But this is something kind of inevitable on my view. So something is gonna go down also. But the main answer was still that you have to pay attention that you don't lose. So I think in a way, even if this happens, that there is a possibility then to like, mm, let's take more cards and get more confused or get more information. Yeah, I think it could be that something is gonna crumble, and if you want to work on that, that's gonna be a bit of a bigger project, and you have to pay attention that you, again, well, funny enough that the original thing was that you don't lose something of value. You have to pay attention to sort of like opportunities and not stare, at the remains of the tower, only what went down and what is left. But you would have to be paying attention that you have all the opportunities and don't feel like too like discontent. So I think in that sense, this tower could be sort of like, well, and nothing is good or bad, but I think this tower would be in the end maybe even like leading to like a better relation with this person. And mm, and also there is another card which is kind of what I remember actually from your reading. This is also, I think this is like after this tower thing has gone down, I think you have to be kind of relying on your here. Hello towers. Like be creative also with your like thoughts in a sense that like intellect and use logic in situations rather than just be like and look towards the future also. But like it's related to the air element and the mind, so it's like thinking, and it's sort of like related to the empress, which is kind of creative. So I think you might be intellectually creative. I think I said the same thing earlier for you, right? In another situation. Yeah, I think I mentioned this. This is same card what I got you in another reading. So somehow it indicates this. I don't know. For me, it seems like maybe you have been sort of like I said earlier, more in control of your love life and your feelings of yourself, and you would be kind of in a solid thing. And now it seems that there is something that's gonna make that crumble. But I think in the end that will give you and put you in a better situation. But you would have to keep in mind also to use your mind and not just your heart. Okay. An advice for you also. Let's see. Yeah. So I will show you some cards. You have been this on my view. And this for me represents, for example, that you have been pretty good about yourself and you be in control of your emotions, and you would be maybe even control of other people's emotions. But what I see that the tower that brings now about the tower. So something in that is about to change. But I think this could prove to be some kind of like completion of something, and that you would end up in a better place. Okay. Funny that you get the tower all the time. Really, I have never had this in my entire existence when I've been reading the same people. Maybe you need to make a meditation with the tower. Let's take this advice for now, which is this. I don't know, I get this also, I just randomly take it. It's the elf, or the tonttu. So the advice is this. Will she talk to you? I think it's possible. And also I think could be some opportunity that you have to keep in mind, that you don't miss it in something. Oh, it's this. Sorry. You see? Okay. I cannot hold it anymore, my shoulder hurts, man. So it's this elf, or tonttu, from the Mythic Fenica Tarot. Okay? Hey, for you, man, just to give me a second, we do this for Gabriel. Did you hear of them? So we're gonna do you a little special thing, only for you, my friend. Well, maybe for someone else too. But it was this tonttu. I will give you, because I have been reading this and been getting to know these cards, but not so much. But I'm gonna check for you what this author said about this tonttu. Okay, I kind of remember something, but I want to actually read you a few lines from here. It's not really like maybe exactly my thing, what I would do so often, but it's no, here. No. Just a second, I'm a bit confused, surprisingly, where I am. Okay, Gabriel, here comes. So yeah, this is based on Finnish folklore and like legends and Kalevala and all sorts of things. I think it's pretty cool. So we go for keywords: home, housekeeping, a placekeeper, work, diligence, sensibility, moderation, self-control, a slow process, sense of duty, peaceful home, fortunate life changes, balanced family life, moving. And then let's read a few lines from here. A haltia came to live in any building that had four corners. In Finland, this type of haltia is usually called tonttu. A haltia being like elf, like in the Lord of the Rings or whatever, elf. The name is derived from the Finnish word tontti, a lot, piece of land that you build your house on. For they were the haltias of certain places. One could find several tonttus around the homestead, and they all had their own chores and responsibilities. A sauna tonttu lived in the sauna. Mill tonttu lived in the mill. Stable tonttu lived in the stable, and so forth. Haltia appeared to the building when its foundations were laid, usually followed if the building was transferred to another place. Food was to be provided for the haltias every now and then to keep them favorable. Sometimes they even had their own rooms, and sauna tonttu remained happy as long as the sauna was hot enough for it to warm itself after the residents had bathed. And then one more. Some tonttus had ghost-like appearance, and they could look like the mistress or the masters of the house. Some were like small men so ancient that they had hair and beard were covered in mold, and some only had one great eye in the middle of their forehead. Well, it's Finnish folklore. That sounded a little bit like, like bedtime story for you. But yeah, it was nice to read that for Jay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Let's see what we had here next. So that was for Gabriel. And by the way, John Rockefeller took his question away. Taurus. Taurus, are you with us? In here in the digital ether. Yes. Okay, Taurus, you're up next. You're welcome, Gabriel. My name is John. Her name is Joanna. I'm Taurus. She is Pisces. We are friends. Is any chance something happened between a relationship? Okay, Taurus, you're up next. When we're happy with the shuffle, I have to check one thing. Just a second. Okay. So, my name is John. Her name is Joanna. I guess I'm silently singing the question. I don't know. I think Taurus might be the last lecture of the day because I think it's time for me to put the cards down after this, probably. Otherwise, it's gonna be more like not concentration out without effort, but more like effort. So we're gonna try to be good for Taurus, and then I think I will do other things. So, John and Joanna, friends. Is there any chance to happen something between us? That doesn't. It was with wrong intention in my head somehow. So when you're happy with the shuffle, Taurus is next. Let's see. Well, that's a long silence for starters, right? Um, I think it's possible. I think that would be like. Um, I think for me, it's like you are maybe little bit impatient, and slash that you are maybe thinking too much if you have put all the pieces in the right place. Um, that you are, I guess you like it shows you are hopeful, and I don't think that's sort of for nothing. But I think this question like stirs things up in you a little bit, and maybe it gives you like sort of like conflict. Nothing really major, but I think this is something that hunts you kind of some. So obviously, when you ask this, it means that you obviously would want this. I think it's possible. I think your friend is a little bit stuck. I think for her, this would be like more like a longer process, and I think this person is somehow afraid of like that what that would bring. Maybe it would mean that then he's somehow worried about the friendship in that case, or she feels that it would create some kind of codependency. So I think it's possible, yes. Yeah, I get this because this is she. Or basically, this is what between you guys, and I get the impression that it's like this. That could be that it's kind of in between two things. So it's funny if you say that it's sometimes she's gone and sometimes born. So I don't know. It's like this. So maybe you might. I don't know. Maybe you are trying too hard, sort of. Even maybe you need to be a little bit more patient, or if you have been in a similar situation before, you should maybe check what happened last time and try to learn from that. But this is her. So I think she is a little bit like, I think she could go with that, or she might even want that, she might want that, but I think she's a little bit afraid of this, and I think she's also, maybe she's not telling everything to you, what she should, about her or her situation at the moment, also. Yeah. And I think she has also, yeah, yeah, I see, because there is like two cards under you that are somehow more or less some kind of conflict. Uh, and in her part, I don't know, in certain way, I feel what I see is I think she's not telling you everything of her situation, or something on her, what's on her mind. That she has somehow like, also like, maybe she would want to be with you, but then maybe she thinks that she would want to take it slow, and it would have be a big process. Maybe she doesn't feel like it, or she's not telling everything. But I think in general she's a little bit afraid that it would make a codependency with you, that, and maybe that would somehow like this, she feels that would destroy the friendship as well in that sense. Hmm. So yeah, and I think there might be something that she feels that well, that she cannot, or that would be something that would require then a lot of like explaining, or something like that. But I think it's possible. And let's see what we can get from more. I think if you would, for example, you would confront her. What a terrible thing to say about some kind of situation like that. Uh, I think if there would be some suggestions that you would be a couple, or you be in a relationship, I think you might get some resistance. You would have to be able to somehow like prove your worth, or so that you are serious. I think, but I think this underlining, this, which I was thinking, I underlining is, it comes again about the secrets, and maybe it's about this what she has gone through before, and um, But I think there is like a raw potential in here, meaning that I think there's definitely the possibility, but it's somehow undefined. I think that sort of the elements are there. I mean, it won't get much more clear than this if you have the minors. The Ace of Cups, which comes under the Queen in that sense. So I think she's kind of like, I don't know if maybe she's even still playing with this idea. Now that you say she's calling war, maybe she's not quite sure about it. So that's the stuff. So I would say, yeah. And in the end, of course, there is the fact that, like I said, I see for me what I see here is that this kind of creates you some level of stress or like struggle or conflict, and maybe, well, like you said, it's not surprising if you say this. That could be that she is, but I see that in here. I would give you an advice card from the Mythic Fennica Tarot. Your advice is this. Whatever you can get from this, which is Ilmarinen. Yeah, and I think she's more. I think she's more looking into her feelings. I don't think she's literally juggling this. I think she has like she feels that yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're. I guess it's let's say fair enough. Yeah, but it's not. I don't think it's juggling. She's like caught between like two currents, sort of like it was in the picture. But your advice is this. So whatever you can get from this, Taurus, John, right? Ilmarinen. It's a major character in Kalevalainen in Finnish national epoch. So that's your advice, okay? So, oh yeah, Angel, you are here. Sorry, I forgot that you were. I guess you didn't ask the question. So obviously we're gonna check Angel as well. And guys, hey, we are happy if you want to subscribe to our channel. Top of the mountain, yeah. Taurus, you are welcome. Or should I say John? But hey guys, like, subscribe, leave comments, send us an email if you want to give feedback, if you want to have a personal reading. dstonerocks@hotmail.com. You can ask whatever you like and we answer whatever we want or like. Sometimes we might surprise you. There's a section of like the answers you didn't know exist, I think it was. Yeah. We have a lot of different videos and we have new videos coming up. But yeah, contact us if you want a personal reading, if you want to leave comments, feedback. dstonerocks@hotmail.com if you want to buy a stone from dstonerocks. But now, Angel. We're gonna check Angel and then I guess, well, let's see if I have any energy left after Angel's case. And then Hannah was asking also. I think then there was no one else. I wonder what we those films when she saw me yesterday. Okay. I wonder what was Ellen's thoughts feelings when she saw me yesterday. Did it help me with her? Let's see what we get. So Angel Carlos, you have the next. You have the next lecture. Okay. Very happy with shuffle. Yeah, I'm not saying that guys you should subscribe, but you should probably subscribe. Okay, moving on. Enough infomercials or commercials. So, why if there were any stories? What she was thinking? Oh shit. I think I have. There's actually no. Let's check this. Well, I think she was struggling with herself. I think there's like somehow there is potential between you guys, and I think what I see here is like I would say she feels attracted to you. So I don't. I think she was struggling. That she was kind of struggling with herself and thoughts and feelings when she said, yeah, I think she felt attraction towards you, which probably doesn't hurt, so it probably helps you with her. Uh, but somehow she was struggling with the idea anyway. And we take another plunge for the outcome, okay? So basically, yeah, I think she felt. I think she's attracted to you, and I think, but she was somehow struggling. So that's the stuff. So in a way, she was feeling like sort of like raw feeling of that, and but somehow it made her struggle. So in that sense, I guess in a way it helps, but mm, I don't know if it helped her situation in some way. So and I start to wonder, like, does she have someone then? In that sense. What the outcome looks like between you guys now. Let's see. So you will be there, she will be there, and let's see what is between. There's Angel. There's Innocent. He would be, yeah. Hmm. At the moment, the outcome between you, for me, it looks like it would lead to more like, mm, to like more like this kind of dramatic gestures of sort of that could bring about some sort of opportunity, but mm, but also struggle again. So at the moment, the outcome, if the outcome what you're looking for would be that you would be with her, I think it looks like that something dramatic could go, and maybe there's a chance of something which would kind of end up in some like petty indifferences and like this. So in that sense, mm, so I see that there is some how I see you feeling this, that you feel like you would want to build something, and she is somehow mourning some sort of loss a little bit at the moment of that she doesn't see, still maybe see an opportunity in that sense, right? So I don't know if she feels that she is like, well, maybe she is somehow still bound to someone or some person in some way. So maybe she felt a little bit bad, that maybe she feels attraction towards you, but felt a little bit bad because she's still somehow tied to another person as well. So at the moment, the outcome for me looks like it would be dramatic, but the outcome would not be in that sense what you're looking for, I guess. But also, in a way, it would, even if it would bring out some struggle, it would, of course, you would get your load of what you have in your mind. So in that sense, let's take an advice for the whole situation, what you asked. Uh, Struggle, yeah. Like, well, struggle is struggle. Good or bad, you can struggle. Usually, struggle means that, well, it's a struggle, meaning that, of course, the outcome can be, in a sense, from a struggle. You struggle for something and then you get somewhere. But I see that it would be like, that would lead to, like, well, let's put it this way, that at the moment it doesn't look that you would get what you want out of the situation. But let's take an advice, maybe that gives us some clarity more. From Mythic Fennica Tarot again, by Susanna Salo, Finnish author who made the cards. We got them as a gift, we like them, this is why we show them off here. Your advice would be this, which is Forest Maiden. So whatever you can get from this would be your advice for all the things that you have asked there now. Right? And let's see, hey, also for you, Angel, if you hang out there for a while, I will give you a few words from the good book that comes with this. I've been looking into this, but not so much. So I want to give you a few words that comes with this. What is the description of this? Because the imagery is a little bit different than one could be used to. Let's see. So I'll read you a couple of lines. Okay, so Forest Maiden. Keywords: fortunate coincidence, manifestation, interaction, spontaneity, learning new, enthusiasm, inexperience, birth of new ideas, innocence, adventure, protection, warning from danger, gifts. And then few lines from this. Few lines from Forest Maiden for Angel Cards. According to tales, the maidens, Haltias, which are elves, that watched over the forest were helpful and benevolent. They guided those who had lost their way home and warned about dangers. Forest maidens also protected cattle from the beasts and shooed them back home when it was time to milk them. A forest maiden would wake a person that was spending their night in the forest if their fire was about to spread, a snake was about to slither into their trouser leg, or if some predator was drawing near. They also hold to have warned a falling tree by appearing in the sleeper's dream and saying, "Move, an ancient one is buried." During wars, they were even said to have informed if the enemy was about to attack. Hey, this is interesting. Polite approach was to the maiden's liking, and it was best to greet them when going into the forest. As a reward, the maidens could guide the travelers where there was plenty of mushroom or berries, or show animals to the hunter's path. Something to think about, right? Yeah, it has some kind of like similarities to that. Now, what I see there, at the moment, what I see, I would say I don't think she would accept. So, Hannah, what do I need to know? Well, we'll see. I have to take a sip of this. Sorry. Okay, Hannah, fair enough. But yeah, Angel, I will have to say, what I see here, no, I don't think so. I think it would be some kind of drama about it. But you have to think also about the fact that eventually you're gonna like explode if you don't tell her. So do what you feel you need to do. But yeah, I think she was not. It's funny, like I said, this person was kind of happy to see you, but at the same time was something like maybe she didn't want to accept that. So that kind of relates to also this that no, at the moment I don't think it seems that she would accept your wounds in that sense. But yeah, we go to Hannah. What do I need to know? Well, let's see. What do you need to know? If I'm not being silly and thinking that is your question, right? What do I need to know, right? Because it's a pretty good question. Well, let's see. Okay, we are happy with the shuffle. And we see here. You need to know that you can choose. That's what you need to know. And you need to be aware that by choosing, it will lead you to a situation that will, well, actually, the choosing will be giving you this that your heart will betray your mind, or your mind will betray your heart. But I think I would say you need to choose what you love, and you need to look into your own heart and your own feelings rather than, or you kind of need to take them out and look at them like this, or what do you feel. And also, I wouldn't reminisce too much of some stable situation that maybe has been in the recent past. So I think you need to choose love and be conscious what that will bring to you. So I think it's anyway comes down to that you have to choose. This is what you need to know, that you have to choose, right? So in a sense, you can let, as there's only so much water you can let pass the bridge. If that makes any sense, it makes sense when I think about it in Finnish. You know. So this is what I get for you, Hannah. And also I will give you an advice card from the same that you said you like. I've been giving those from Mythic Fennica Tarot. It's not an ad, we just love the cards. They're nice, so we want to show them around. I don't know how many times I saw it. The advice was like, what do you need to know? Is this also? Let's put it the right way, because I've been showing them right way around. The eagle, lot of fire. So whatever this gets for you, you can Google it if you want. I wouldn't. I would just take the impressions that you get from here, related to what I said. And what you need to know is that you have to make a choice. This is what I think you need to know. And be conscious of the consequences of that choice. And I would be very surprised if this is not related to your love life. A lot. Or something that you love to do also. Okay? But the advice is the eagle from Mystic Fennica Tarot. Whatever you get from the eagle, that would give you the stuff. And actually, now, like I said, I've been checking these cards not so much. I kind of got into this. So, sorry, I'm checking. I want to give you a few words from here for some reason. I think it feels right. Yeah, and well, actually, I think the problem will be in this, that the conclusion is more or less this. On my view, this is your heart will betray your mind, or mind will betray your heart. You need to choose what you love. So, and what you choose will make you see also some situation how it is. And like I said, the reason the things in a way is like you're gonna be betrayed by yourself, sort of, right? But hey, I will read you about the ego if you wanna hear. Where we actually find it, I don't know why I kind of lost the ego here. No. Yeah, because yeah, let's see. Mystic Fennica Tarot will give you an ego, which is further advice for your situation. Why I lost the ego, I don't know. I thought it was there. Okay. No, it was not. Not the Raven, no. The ego. Well, there's only 78 cards, so it's one of them, so give me a second here. Let's see. The ego, finally. No, I think it's more like, I guess it like you said yourself, yeah, that makes sense. I need to make a choice. The choice is whether I love. I need to look at the pros and cons. I think that's the problem in a sense. Like, that will make you, put you in a situation if you start, like I said, for me, what I see, and hey, come on, of course, this is not written in stone and you do what you think is right for you. But what I see in here is like, that you will do the pros and cons, and that means that your heart will betray your head, or your head will betray your heart. Sort of like, so your reason or your feelings will betray you, and then you will see the situation as it is. So I think you should just choose love. Yeah. So yeah, I guess in a way you would go against yourself, because you should uh, yeah, I guess you could say that. Maybe it's but I will, like I said, the ego, which I already, let's take the ego still back here. We're getting serious about this. We're all the time serious about this. Moment. Somehow this feels the right thing. I don't know, I just get this impression that I need to read you the ego stuff. Like I said, I'm not so well versed with this cards, and I just, for me, it just feels like the right thing to do. So, Yeah, and it's sort of like if you reason it, that will betray your heart, and if you use your heart only in it, so the pros and cons, I think it's like a paradoxal thing that it sort of you should choose love, but the choice will anyway. Well, it will give you the reality of the situation. It will give you how the things are for you. Okay, but hey, the further advice for your situation, the ego. I will read you a few words from this. Keywords: highest consciousness, broadened view, keen eyes, new perspective, surmounting challenges, powerful protection, rescue, burning away the old energy. The eagle had a fiery mouth, and its eyes were also gleaming with flames. It was also called Thunderbird, for it was the companion of Ukko, the god of thunder. It was with the eagle's feathers that Ukko stroked the first fire that was plunged down on earth for the mankind to use. The bird of Turya, a fiery eagle that sat on a flaming bird's crown, ready to rend asunder anyone who tried to pass, was the first obstacle on the path to the afterlife. Lemminkäinen came across the eagle on his way to the feast of Aigola and managed to get past it by turning a tuft of doves into a whole flock of black grouses for the eagle to gorge on. After the eagle, Lemminkäinen faced a giant serpent, which was the path's third obstacle. These animals can be compared to the eagle that sat atop of the world tree of Yggdrasil and the monstrous snake that devoured its roots. The eagle on its high perch symbolizes the Lord of the world above, where snakes and the worms signify Manala, which is like hell-ish place, rule all this below. Fiery birds such as the phoenix are met in different mythologies in all over the world. Rebirth and renewing are the cleansing properties of fire, when all things turn to ashes to make way for new. Right? Yeah, and in the end, anyway, for me, how I feel about this conclusion of this is like, anyway, one or the other, if sort of like it's gonna win and it's gonna be sort of betrays the other. That you cannot basically manage with both and that. Okay? So, I don't know, I am getting a little bit bored to a state of effort and concentration with that effort. So, like said, now I have to get going and do other things. I will even sleep. Even Finnish people sleep sometimes. But hey guys, thank you for joining me this fine evening. I started with a feeling really good. I feel even better. Thank you all. This was educational, nice, pleasant. And like I said, you want in contact with us, dstonerocks@hotmail.com. We can give you a private reading, we can figure something out. Well, I'm very happy to hear that. And remember, all the information I tell what I see in the situation, all the information is within you in the end. And this is for the advice, for example, to work. That's really nice. That's very happy to hear. So it's only fitting that we end the evening's lectures to this. If you felt that it was a strong message that resonated a lot, I am very happy to hear it. Have a good rest of the day, you too, everybody. Hey, thank you. And I don't know. It was really nice. It was especially nice. So, okay, I am gonna go off right about now. I hope everyone stay safe. Subscribe, like, make a comment. Oh, don't subscribe, don't like, don't make a comment. There's only a couple options. Or dislike, or do something. Okay? So basically, good night, Gabriel. Enjoy your playing your guitar and all that. That sounds really cool. But now, I'm sorry, I have to go. Otherwise, I am not gonna be any good for anyone. So, see you in the future. Is it still on?